Hey, I'm Andy Aledort, and in this edition of In Deep, we're going to be looking at phrasing, which is the manner in which you put notes together to make musical phrases when you're soloing. There's a lot of different ways to approach phrasing, so that's what we're going to cover in this lesson. Rhythmic approaches and melodic approaches that can be moved around on the fretboard, and it's a good way to sort of approach soloing in a specific, studied way, and then at the same time, you can apply this to different grooves and different songs, and you'll find that it's going to really open up a lot of different options for soloing if you think about really specific things when it comes to phrases. All right, let's start with a specific scale, and we're going to start with a groove also that we're going to play over and work our phrases over that groove. But the scale I'd like to start with is major pentatonic, E major pentatonic, played in 12th position, like this. Practice that up and down. And as a matter of fact, let's do E major pentatonic in a couple of different positions. Here's another position here. Here's another one here. Here's another one here. And then we have a couple of good extended positions. And this one here. All right, let's use as our backing track to practice some phrasing ideas for soloing. A rhythm part that's along the lines of the Allman Brothers' Melissa. And the other cool thing about it is, because of the chord progression, it gives us specific options for creating improvised melodies. So first, here's the rhythm part. All right, in this example, I go from an E chord to what's really like an F sharp minor triad over E. So there's a couple different ways to look at this. The easiest way would be to call it F sharp minor with an E bass, but you get an add 4 and a 7 in there if you were to name it according to F sharp minor. So anyway, for simplicity's sake, just think of that as F sharp minor over E. Then this is E major 7. So one of the things I want to do when soloing is I want to think about the chord tones for each of those chords as I create my lines, because then the melody that I create, the improvised melody, will reflect the chord changes and connect to it strongly. So for E, the chord tones are the root, major third, and the fifth. So the root is E, major third is G sharp, fifth is B. For F sharp minor, the root is F sharp, third is A, minor third, and the fifth is C sharp. And then for E major 7, the triad notes are the same. E is the first, G sharp's the major third, and B is the fifth, but we have a D sharp in there, which we're most likely not going to use. So we'll stick with the E triadic tones when we play over this chord. So let me show you a couple of examples of building a solo. All right, so what I tried to do in that solo is have a repeated rhythmic theme. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But then I changed the rhythm. 2, 3. So one great way to tell a story with a solo is to have a rhythmic syncopation, a rhythmic phrase to your melody that's repeated, and then you build on it. Whatever it might be. So in this case, I'm sustaining notes using vibrato. And then the way the notes themselves, I mean, I have an awareness to the chord changes. So this is over E. That is over. So A, right here is our F sharp minor triad. And then I went, because that's back over the E triad. And that's over the F sharp minor. So it's like targeting specific notes while you're playing. Which is a really good way to build a solo and create an interesting melodic line.